I've lived in this house for 5 years. Old, creaky, nothing unusual, except one morning last fall, I woke up and noticed something off in the hallway upstairs. An attic door. I don't have an attic. At first, I thought I was going crazy. I grabbed my phone and opened the camera. There it was, a square panel, latch and all, right above the hallway. Dead center. Never been there before. I texted my landlord. He said there's no attic. Blueprints showed nothing above the second floor. I even brought over a friend to confirm I wasn't seeing things. She stared up and said, "Yeah, that's new. It stayed shut for a week." Every time I walked under it, I felt watched. Like something just beyond the door knew I was there. Then one night, I came home late from work. The door was open. Not just a crack, swung wide, revealing nothing but pitch black. No ladder, no pull downstairs. Just a cold draft that smelled like damp earth and iron. I did the stupid thing. I grabbed a flashlight and stood on a chair to peek in. There was space. A tunnel, almost. Far too deep to be the 2 feet between my ceiling and the roof. That's when I heard the breathing. Slow, wet, close. Something was in there, just inches beyond the light's reach. I dropped the flashlight and bolted. Since then, the door opens randomly. Sometimes in the day, sometimes at night. My friend stayed over last week. She was gone in the morning. Her car still parked out front, phone on the kitchen counter. The attic door was open. Now, it doesn't close at all. I used to babysit for a sweet little girl named Mia. Her parents paid well, always left snacks, and had one rule: never turn off the baby monitor. Mia was 5, didn't need a monitor, but they insisted. It faced her bed, always on, always recording. They said it was for safety. I didn't ask questions. One night, I was watching TV when I heard Mia talking. Not unusual, she talked in her sleep. But then I heard a second voice. Deep. Male. Whispering. I ran upstairs. She was alone, sound asleep. I searched the room, under the bed, the closet. Nothing. Back downstairs, I rewound the monitor footage. Static for a second, then Mia sitting upright, eyes wide, talking to someone just out of frame. "Who's there, Mia?" I asked on the monitor. She turned to the camera and whispered, "He says don't look behind you." I froze. I didn't look. I couldn't. I turned off the monitor and waited for the parents. Told them everything. They didn't seem surprised. "We'll review the tapes," they said. "Thank you." They never called me back. A week later, the news ran a story, the family gone. House empty. Police baffled. The monitor still running. I went back. I had to know. The monitor was showing live footage of a room, dark, decaying. Mia's bed, rotting. Something pacing in the corner. It wasn't Mia. I signed up for a sleep study. I'd been having vivid nightmares for months, and a clinic in my city offered free sessions and a $500 stipend. Sounded like a win. They hooked me up to wires, placed me in a dark room, and told me to sleep. I drifted off quickly. I dreamed I was in the same room. Same bed, same darkness, but I couldn't move. I saw figures around me. Shadowy, tall, with bright white eyes. They whispered, not in English, but I understood. "We see you now." I woke up screaming. The staff said it was normal. They showed me the footage. Nothing unusual, except I sat up at 3:14 a.m. and stared at the camera for an hour. Eyes open, unmoving. I have no memory of it. I went home shaken. That night, I found a note on my pillow in handwriting that wasn't mine. "Come back. You left before the treatment finished." I haven't slept since. Every time I close my eyes, I see the white eyes waiting. They don't blink. I grew up in a rural part of Maine, surrounded by thick woods and foggy trails. We were told not to go out at night, especially in the fall. That's when the lantern man walked. I thought it was just a local ghost story. Until the night I broke curfew and got caught out after dark. It started with the light. Flickering orange, like a lantern swaying in the wind. I thought maybe it was a hunter or someone hiking late. But then I heard the dragging. Like metal chains scraping over rocks. I hid off the trail. The light came closer, too steady, too bright. I held my breath as it passed. A figure, tall and thin, face wrapped in cloth, lantern hooked to his hip, and someone, struggling in his arms. They were alive. Barely. Eyes wide with terror. Muffled cries. I waited hours before running home. My parents didn't believe me. No one did. But that winter, 3 kids from our school vanished during a camping trip. Their tents were torn open. Tracks led into the forest. At the edge of the woods, they found a rusted lantern. Still glowing. Story 5, Last Night's Stream. Posted by you/RetroReplayLive. I'm a small Twitch streamer. Nothing big, retro games, bad horror flicks, a few regulars. One night, while streaming an old PS2 game, my chat started spamming. "Who's behind you?" I laughed it off. Typical scare bait. But the messages kept coming. "He's getting closer. Don't turn around. Your screen is lagging weird." I alt-tabbed to OBS. My camera feed was glitching, frames skipping, colors desaturated. But behind me, there was movement. Like someone standing in the doorway. Just outside the light. I spun around. Nothing. I ended the stream, freaked out. But OBS kept recording. When I checked the footage later, I saw something I didn't during the stream. A figure. Each time I turned back to the screen, it moved an inch closer. Pale face. Black suit. No eyes. It got closer until, frame by frame, it was leaning over my shoulder. The last frame is just static. And then, it starts again. The stream plays on loop. But I'm not the one in it anymore. Someone else is playing. Someone with my face. I'm a small Twitch streamer. Nothing big, retro games, bad horror flicks, a few regulars. One night, while streaming an old PS2 game, my chat started spamming. "Who's behind you?" I laughed it off. Typical scare bait. But the messages kept coming. "He's getting closer. Don't turn around. Your screen is lagging weird." I alt-tabbed to OBS. My camera feed was glitching, frames skipping, colors desaturated. But behind me, there was movement. Like someone standing in the doorway. Just outside the light. I spun around. Nothing. I ended the stream, freaked out. But OBS kept recording. When I checked the footage later, I saw something I didn't during the stream. A figure. Each time I turned back to the screen, it moved an inch closer. Pale face. Black suit. No eyes. It got closer until, frame by frame, it was leaning over my shoulder. The last frame is just static. And then, it starts again. The stream plays on loop. But I'm not the one in it anymore. Someone else is playing. Someone with my face.